So
Coming
if
right
wishes
up
were
on
horses,
starting
I
line.
wish I could feature some of these guys. Instead of wishing, I actually featured them. So the fact that I have a job makes it not feasible to record so much. I'm not in the Indomie generation of rap. I came up listening to people like Lil Wayne, T.I., Jay-Z, listening to guys like that. 50 also. If I want to work with anyone in the industry, we have to sign papers. Oh. And A&R, what do you want? Clearly tell me what you want.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Starting Line, episode 4. With me, I have Blade Escobar. I've had him on Starting Line, and it was quite an interesting conversation we had in the previous Starting Line before we did this whole rebrand. And we talked about his journey through music, how he has been going through being a rapper, all those backstories and everything. So today, I'm not going to be doing all that backstory stuff and getting to know him. We're just going to talk about rap music. We're going to talk about his story as a rapper in Nigeria and things that we can learn so far since he has been doing this thing over a year and over a few years. I think over a year since our last conversation. So we're going to try catching up, try understanding his music. It's going to give us a breakdown of some of the songs and the style of his releases. So we're going to have all that discussion on today's episode. So, Blade, it's nice to have you on starting line once more.
All right. Thank you very much, Dayo. It's a pleasure having thanks for having me again. I was about to say rubbish. Thanks for having me again on the platform. I really appreciate. Yeah. So let's move now. Let's go.
Okay, the past year, what have you been up to as a rapper? What have you been doing? The songs and everything. Can you give me like a run through?
Okay. Okay, so basically I think I've just been working, you know. Remember our last conversation I told you that I also have a job. I do a 9 to 5, you know. I've grown there though. My career has, um I've been promoted, or I think I've hit a higher rank. I got a new job and stuff. But that
Mm.
was last year though. And that has given me more funds to be able to chase my music, you know. So yeah, thank God. I think last we spoke, I think I only had one mixtape out, the Egos mixtape, where I was talking about all my alter egos and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but now, uh, yeah. So last year I dropped another mixtape called "If Wishes Were Horses." If wishes were horses, basically, you know the saying, "If wishes were horses, beggars would ride." So I just looked at, was it like 12 songs that I really love, or I loved then. Um, Even some songs that I grew up listening to. For example, Jojo Baby It's You featuring Bow Wow and stuff like that. So I just put my verse on some of those songs, compiled it into a body of work and put it out. So it would be like, okay, for example, let's say Drake has a song named what's the name of that song again? Brand new. So
Okay, man.
yeah, for example, that song was Drake and Lil Wayne, right? But then I added my verse and then I now made it Blade Escobar featuring. I just put my verse on it and then re-released it as if it's my song and I'm the one featuring them. So if wishes were horses, I wish I could feature some of these guys. Instead of wishing, I actually featured them. So and then the cover art is very interesting. The cover art I used, you know, that Donald Trump picture where he got shot, but they missed, but they got his ear. So
Yeah,
he went through
something
a
like that.
lot. He went through a lot. After he lost the re-election bid the first time, They even tried to frame him up. They tried putting him in prison. He didn't just wish. He came back. Love Trump or hate Trump, he's United States president again. He was able to come back into office after all the rubbish they did to him. They almost even killed him. He came back. So I used that as inspiration. And then yeah, so that's a 12 song mixtape. And for those who might not know what a mixtape is, in hip hop culture, it's like, okay, you're an upcoming artist and you don't have, probably you're trying to get some buzz, right? It was 50 Cent that started this. So you take some of the hottest songs, rap over their beats, your own verse, then put it out. Yeah. So I have right now I have two bodies of work. Now I have two mixtapes now, compilation mixtapes. And then I've also been working on the EP. The EP that I told you I was gonna drop in 2024. At the end of the day, I couldn't drop it then. Why is that? It was because you know um I got a couple of beats I liked on YouTube, but I couldn't just put it out like that, because copyright and all, they will flag your song down. This is not a mixtape that you can just throw on YouTube or throw on AudioMac. Even AudioMac is beginning to get crazy now. AudioMac would still select some songs. There are some songs that have strong copyright that even on AudioMac they will still take it down. So, and I didn't want to, work so hard on that EP, put it out, and then the producers who actually own those beats would now end up taking it down. Like it would have been so annoying after doing promo and everything. So I had to like get the beats remade to fit my vocals, and that took a couple of time because I think then my former job was paying way lower than now. So I had to like maybe out of my salary carry like a little bit of it, split the beat making money into like two, drop one with the producer, drop half with the producer this month. When I get paid at the end of the month next time, I'll drop the balance. So, and it's 7 songs. So I did that over the course of 2020, mid 2024. No, I think it was ending of 2024. I started that till I think I got the last beat remade like whether July or August last year. Yeah. And that was the time that I got my new job. So it sped up the whole thing. I was able to get everything remade, right? And then also the intro song, I didn't have inspiration for it. So at first I was like, okay, I want to make this EP commercial. Like, let me just test the waters and see how a commercial sound will sound, trying to fuse Afrobeat with hip hop, but it would be lying mostly on Afrobeat, right? But then I was like, I still need to let people know I can rap, right? Let it not be as if I'm a sellout. So the outro song definitely is a hip hop song. I had written that since, but the intro song, I was experimenting so much with Afrobeat that I think I almost forgot how to write a rap verse. So the inspiration for that verse, almost since 2024 when I started working on the EP, it was 2025 that I finally got a good enough beat that I could use as the intro. And then I was like, okay, even when I got the beat, I didn't write till like probably maybe September or October last year that I got the inspiration. I actually wrote something that I was satisfied with. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then also, I think the time we spoke, I was still going to my friend's side in Oshodi to voice. But now I think yeah. But later that 2024, I was able to like scrape money and get little studio equipment. So I record by myself. I have at least a sound card, headsets, and my mic. So I can record everything literally in my room here. This is my home studio. And then I send the stems to my producer and then he mixes and masters. So in as much as the EP has been ready since like I was working on the EP and also I'm also working on my debut album at the same time. Yes, because by the time I drop the EP, I want to start like, I want to drop the album probably maybe November, December, no, or next year, January, February. But I'm going to put out like one or two or three singles after I drop the EP. So the EP is going to be dropping around June. Yeah, around June, and probably like 3 4 months. Then from there, is next project though. Yes, so I've just been recording and recording and recording. So the fact that I have a job makes it not feasible to record so much, but I think I have a sizable number of songs. At least I could do more if my music was making enough money for me to just pursue only music, right? I think I would have had way more songs in my hard drive by now. But well, I have 7 for the EP, totally mixed and mastered. I finished paying for all that. So all I have to do now is the album art. Then there's one more beat I have to pay for. That one, my producer couldn't remake it to the standard I want. Yeah, and that one actually belongs to a big beat SARS producer, and the money itself a joke. So so I think that's all that remain. But voicing, mixing, mastering of the EP is ready, and I'm still just recording. There are a couple of songs I've written that I'm recording, and I'm still writing and I'm recording. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing since the last time we spoke.
Wow. Sorry to interrupt this program, but a quick word from our sponsor, SW Aqua Care, Fertility and Women Health Clinic. Some families struggle to conceive a child, and as sad as it is, these issues are not spiritual and sometimes they can be biological. That is why it is very important you consult a doctor. Doctors at SW Aqua Care will help identify these issues and find solutions wherever they may be so that you also can carry your own child. Are you aware there are medical conditions that can hinder both the man and the woman when conceiving a child? This is why it is important for you to consult a doctor. So do me a favor, contact this number right on your screen, or you can check them out on your social media platform at SW Aqua Cares or their website swaquacares.com if need be. But if you are in the category of people that is finding it difficult to conceive a child, or you need a doctor assistance to help you see what the issue may be in the late pregnancy, you can contact them. That was like a lot of things to even unpack. Like, I think it's some of the conversation I've been having with a lot of artists over the past few weeks has been about the journey through music, and I think so far I think it's general. Every creative, one way or the other, have this drive, especially when you choose that, okay, out of everything I could be doing, this is to create something, especially in an economy where it is not easy for you to be able to be strong financially. And now you have this, you are doing this thing, and you have to go through all this thing, the work, the school, the funds, everything. It's so inspirational, and though it's kind of give people the idea that, oh, this thing is exactly what this person is going through. So let's take this back a bit. You have two EPs, one before we during our last conversation, which was Eagles, and the last one big if wishes were horses, which you explained like a few minutes ago. And I think mixtape is. I think when you explained it the last time, it's gave me those kind of thing that could people actually do that? And even listening from you, I'm like, this is quite interesting. Um, the question I'd like to ask is that why EP first? I said EP. Why mixtape first?
Okay, so my first mixtape, Eagles the mixtape, right? I had just been writing. I was a young university kid back in from 2012 or 2011 when I got into the university to 2015 when I left. I had been writing a lot of songs and I couldn't put them out, right? So one of my guys just advised me keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, right? And although I was a little famous in school towards the till end of when I almost left, because I think I was on our final year song, I was on the school cipher where they gathered some of the hottest rappers. Well, but I just couldn't record, and it felt like prison. Like I love to do music, and I don't have enough money to record. Studio session choke. I think the only song I only put out like maybe two songs when I was in school of my own. Yes, and now hustle, scraping of pocket money to go out. So let me not bore you with that. The reason why I chose mixtapes first was that I came up in the hip hop culture. I was bred by some of the greatest lyricists, and this is not this is not I'm not in the Indomie generation of rap. I came up listening to people like Lil Wayne, Ti, Jay Z, listening to guys like that. 50 also. So these guys, and back then, when I fell in love with hip hop, mixtapes were like the hottest thing in the game, right? Hip hop mixtapes were like an appetizer before you put out your album. You get, and then also to show that this popular guy has a song, I can kill that song better than he can do. 50 Cent started it, but Lil Wayne made it way more popular, and Lil Wayne is like I think the god of mixtapes at this point. And Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper. Yeah. Even in Nigeria, right? A lot of artists used to put out mixtapes. Look at MI. MI is also another person I really respect. Like my favorite rapper from Africa ever. That man should be like on the level of them Nas then. Like guy they rap. He has that intellect there. MI has three mixtapes. Illegal Music 1, 2, and 3. On other people's beats. Who else has mixtapes from Nigeria? Black Bones. Black Bones literally has like 5 to 6 mixtapes before he dropped Bad Boy Black, his official album. He has Hip Hop in Black, Unfinished EP, which is a mixtape. He has Black Box They Come. He has CTAT, cassette tapes and TV. He has A Day's Work. I think there's one more, which I can't remember. So, but I think you get the point. Mixtapes were like an integral part of hip hop. Then, I really did not know. I didn't think I was ready to drop an official body of work then. I just felt like okay, let people just hear how I sound on other people's beats. Let them just hear me rap. You get. And I was using it to hype myself like, oh, if Jay-Z had featured me on this song, this is how it's gonna be. If Wayne had featured me on this song, this is how it was gonna be. So I followed the footpath of some of the greats in hip hop, and I did those two mixtapes to also build awareness. Let people hear how okay, this is how a Blade Escobar album might sound by the time he puts out his own music. And also then I didn't have enough money to buy beats, especially when I dropped Egos. So Egos was like years of writing. I have a song on Egos that I wrote since like 2013. I told you I was just writing. So I just wanted to like I think for Egos I wanted to like get rid of all my old writings and enter into a new phase of my career. So I dropped Egos as in like all this thing where I don't write, we don't full my rhyme book, make I push them out. Although there were a couple of new songs, like 5 to 6 new songs out of 17, because I spoke about a lot about the 2023 election, season. During that Egos, I critiqued the government a lot. So there's still a couple of new songs, but a lot of them were old songs. So for the second, I think when I was working on the second mixtape, that one was just basically like I wanted to drop it to use and hype my EP, like a forerunner, a way John the Baptist was a forerunner to Jesus. That's how I want to use this EP, this the second mixtape, If Wishes Were Horses, to hype the EP that I'm dropping. So I've even shot a couple of videos. I think I've shot like 9 videos out of the 11 songs on that second mixtape. I've only put out like, I think I put out like 3. So when I'm about to drop, um although the audios are available, but visuals drive in this age of today, in the musical age of today, especially when you're upcoming, most people don't want to click a link. They want to see you rapping, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people haven't heard that second, mixtape, right? Though it did, numbers were not bad. I think I did like 3,000 streams on YouTube, and it was mostly Americans. And they were like hailing me like, this is dope, especially for the very first song. If you see comments, close to 21 comments, I was like, wow. The people that I was hawking the EP for, I mean the mixtape for, in my contact list, I can count only a handful that listens to it. But that's beside the point. So I'm going to go all out for this EP. The rollout is going to be those 6 videos from the mixtape that I haven't put out, you know going to be dripping, looking good in those videos, rapping along, lyrics on the screen and stuff like that. So I want to do that. Then at the end of each video, it will announce that the EP is imminent, the EP is dropping soon. After that, I'll drop the video for the rollout of the EP. Then I'll drop the EP. So I think that was majorly why I did the second mixtape, to like put an end to the mixtape era, because to be honest, as an artist you have to grow, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of people will not take you serious if you only have YouTube link or audio mark link. So now it's time to actually like leave that phase of, okay, upcoming artists just dropping mixtape, you know now it's time to actually take this music thing serious, drop on my own beats and put out my own official project, right? So by the time I do that, I'm not saying I won't do covers, but I don't think I'll do a compilation mixtape again. Maybe I might do jump on 1 or 2 beats that are hot at the time or songs I like, but I'm going to be focused more on my own music from after I drop that EP. Yeah.
Okay. I think um this is quite interesting. I was talking about the rollout, and you did mention about your job and how the last job wasn't paying. Then the real job, the new job, actually the one that actually gave you the more funds and the more opportunities to be able to say that okay, it's time for me to start producing my own beats, reaching out to the producer and telling him to make on this beat that I'm going to work, that is going to be my own
Sorry to
style.
cut you. Even in the old job, I was still scraping money to do that. I had started. I didn't
Yeah.
use that as a limitation.
Yeah. It's
And
what I'm
it's
saying.
not
I think
like
the new
I
job,
am
the new
a
job.
millionaire per se. Oh. It's not like right
I
now I'm a
understand.
millionaire. We still the hustle, but God
I
has blessed
understand.
us at least to be able to do more. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I think that's what I'm saying. The new job actually gave the more opportunity, and it's quite interesting having to see people because I've seen. I don't think there's any artist I've seen that is just like, oh, I want to be a musician, and everything else is just going to be on hold. So there's not going to be something like some. There are some musicians now that you see them that, "Oh, I'm just doing music. I'm just doing music." They're walking around with their tapes and their CDs and saying, "Oh, play my song," and some of them are not actually doing another work. I think I respect a musician that actually has a job. They say that okay, I'm going to use this job um to fund my own music. I think it's the similar approach that I chose while starting Streamdorm, because I was telling myself that there's no money. We are living in Nigeria, and we can't deny ourselves. We can't lie to ourselves. There's no actual money. There are times where you just have to go out, actually look for the job, and make that money. Then use that money to fund your passion. It's not like abroad where
Exactly.
you can even with loans. You can't use loans. Not in music, because it's beats alone. It's costly. So you now want to get the beats. You want to mix
For
the
you to recoup, sorry to cut you, Dio. I
yeah.
did some feasibility studies, right, on how you can recoup your investment on probably, let's say, a project. Because I was thinking, let's say, okay, if I approach maybe Don Jazzy or AQ or someone, Like, let them just fund this EP. I don't want to sign to you, but let's have a partnership deal. Do you know that in most cases, especially for an artist that does not have buzz, it can take you like 3 to 4 or 5 years to recoup your investments on that song. It can. So
that's
it's
even if
crazy.
you're able to recoup it. Because some of the time,
Exactly.
most of the time, those guys are actually going to finesse you. And the thing is that it wouldn't be like, oh, they're actually finessing you consciously. It's just the game, the play of the game, because it is the money they are going to invest in it. They also want to make the money back. And before you can actually see the money that you invested in it, it's going to take a while. I think I'm going to give you kudos in that, having to see that, oh, I want to work on my own, I want to use my other talent to be able to fund my own music, to fund my own passion. So I think the question I'll ask you with this now is that, aside from the last time you told me, you said that you're in marketing, and I think right now you've already got climbed up the ladder in the marketing industry. Was there any other
Yeah.
thing you have to do to be able to get the funds to start working on that your own EP and the album?
I didn't get that. Is there anything I have to do to
Is
be
there
able
anything
to?
else
No,
you have to do? Is there anything else you have to do to be able to add
no. It's
okay,
still the job. It's still only the job. I've tried saying okay, I want to learn maybe one of these tech courses, but the time, by the time I come back home, I'm tired, and my body reacts badly to stress. Then weekends, single man now, gotta wash my clothes, go to the market, make food that will last me, buy in bulk, make food that will last me for maybe a week or 2 weeks. And so most times, even to record, I have to like probably maybe miss church on Sunday or something. So before I can create, and I don't like doing that all the time. Spirituality is good. I know that spirituality goes way beyond going to church. Mm? But meeting that community in church, listening to the preacher, those things help as well. So yeah, I've been trying to do other things, but I might start and not follow through with it. That is i.e. learning courses and stuff. So it's not been easy.
okay, and in terms of networking, like how far has your network gone so far since the last time we spoke?
Truthfully, in music, nothing. I've just been locking in, writing and recording. I don't think I've made any. I've not been able to network with anyone in the industry, but that's something that I plan on doing this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's something that is needed actually, and yeah, it's something I'm working towards this year.
I think that's even something I personally is having issue. I don't think people understand unless you have, especially when it, for me now, I know, and I know some of the things what I have to do when it comes to networking, but I'm always looking at it that unless you have the funds to go to every single event every single time, I don't think it's going to be easy to network. Because I look at it, yeah, someone that I'm doing something similar, and I can say that he has reached more people than I have. I think for me, I had to grow the community and reach out to so many people, choose social media and choose friends. Hey, do you know this person? Reach out to this person, and this person will invite me to this person. Network me with this person. I think that's a very organic way to go. But if you want to say, okay, I want to now move from level 1 down to level 15 very fast, I think funds is hard. And I don't know, when the last after the last election, I said myself that the next 4 years is going to be on you, because even you vote for this person, you don't vote for this person, it is going to be on you because you are
It
going to be
will
doing
touch you. Oh. Yes, so
so I think that's some of the issues many of us are facing. You, me, and is I think the zeal is what has been pushing a lot of us, and I think you also have that zeal. And okay, let's do a quick talk about this your EP. You've had it. You've had the songs the beats produced. You've had the songs recorded. And how many of them are in the process of mixing?
Everything has been mixed and mastered. Everything is ready. I can choose to drop it now. If I have an album art, I can drop it now. It's
Okay, so,
ready.
so
It's
I
only
think
one that I have to pay for though. The bit
yeah.
I got on online, so I have to pay the producer. But apart from that, I've recorded on it already, and the guy has put his price tag. So once I have the funds, I just push the phone to him. All the other songs have been paid for completely, mixed and mastered.
Okay. So I think rolling out so far when it comes to marketing, is there any idea? At least I don't think you. I won't say that you share your idea when it comes to marketing your music. But has there been any challenges marketing aside from the having to release the videos of your previous mixtapes? Has there been other marketing that you've said okay, and the challenges that you're facing in marketing the EP?
Okay, so right off the bat, I think it's just funds that one needs, right? Funds and good music. I made some research to see, okay, if I want to push my push a song or two at least on social media, how much do I need? And I've gotten the figures. So it's just basically funds, and that's part of what I'm using this period to do between now and June that I want to drop. I want to like save some money to see how I can push the EP, on TikTok, Twitter, and IG. Those three platforms, if you can run ads on those platforms, your music will go far. So running ads is something that is very important, and that I'm thinking of doing. And then by the time you run your ads and your friends are seeing you will not even need to beg them with links. you know though I have a couple of people that they're always ready to be down for me, right? But those people are not up to 10. And music is a numbers game. So I think it's just that, you know, and money to shoot videos for the EP. Everything is just basically fund based. Once you have the money to shoot clean, nice vocal, because the music, I can promise you that the music is quality. The music is A1. Once you hear, you will love it. So it's just about marketing and pushing it. Once I can do clean videos and I can run ads, I promise you that EP is going to go to the moon. Yeah.
Okay, are you someone that believes in A and R?
In an A&R.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I believe in A&Rs, but I basically A&R myself. I basically A&R myself. So if I might need an A&R for anything, it might just be to link me to some target producers. There are some producers that I want to work with. I think I'll just name a couple of names. Blaze Beats are amazing. Alpha Ogini, he's also a rapper, and he produces really crazy beats. DJ Kublon, I know he's not really reigning like before, but the talent is still there. His beats are something else. So if I can get Sparks, this guy that produces for SDC and Files, so I think these are what I might need an A&R for, just to link me to these producers that I've always wanted to work with, and probably help me negotiate a way cheaper deal, or not. Cheap is not the word. A mutually beneficial deal between me and the producers. Yeah, that's it basically.
The reason why I asked was that there's this everlasting conversation in the music space, purely on social media, about A and R. Artists having to the A and R reach out to artists, they help them grow, and there's always a fallback after like probably a year or two, they're always like some artists are always angry with the A&R saying that oh they used them, they cheated them, and there are times where it's just it's a very ongoing conversation. So when it comes to A&R, I think you have a very good idea of what exactly it is that you need them for. I don't think right now, I don't think that I'm not sure exactly where your stance is when it comes to having the work with A&R and the conversation with A&R and the future of music. So I would like to get your own stance. Do you think some of these artists they're always going, oh, this A&R used me and this label used me and all those kind of conversation, do you think it's the label fault or the artist fault in this conversation, or do you think there's just a misunderstanding in between?
So one thing about human nature is that humans inherently are selfish. Yes, even people that have the fear of God, they just have to suppress it because they have the fear of God. Most people don't have the fear of God. That's why this society is where it is today. So as an artist, if I'm working with an A&R, I'm going to come from the standpoint of this person go on, you know, as do everything possible to, you know, make his own money, even at the expense of effing me over. I don't want to use swear words, you know, of taking me for a fool or playing on my intelligence. So I always have this. If I want to work with anyone in the industry, we have to sign papers. Oh. And A&R, what do you want? Clearly tell me what you want. Don't come and tell me, oh, I'm going to link you with this producer. Don't worry, you're gonna blow. What do you want? Let's sit on the round table. I get my lawyer, you get your lawyer. We draw up a contract. Okay, is it 10 songs you want to A&R for me? Is it a whole project you want to A&R for me? What do you expect? I'll tell you if it's what I can do, if it's what I cannot do. What percentage do you want? Because everybody is eating off an artist. And A&R is eating off an artist. Manager is eating off an artist. If you are signed to a label, they are eating off your an artist. If you have a distribution deal, also they are eating off an artist. If you don't use your head, you will not see one naira in this industry. So you have to clearly um calculate what you want from the proceeds of your music, and then what you are willing to give out to all those other parties involved, as many as they can. So this is why education is very important. Talent is not enough. You can have talent, you go into the industry, and then you end up not leaving your label with nothing because you do not know how to read. And then even if you can read and write, right, mostly contracts are very long. I don't know why they do it like that. Maybe so that you just end up overlooking things, or you just get bored and be like, there's a deal worth 100 billion on my table. Oh, I beg, with 100 million I can't go wrong, let me sign. You go here when, because you don't know the terms of that 100 million. You don't know if they've told you that they are going to own your masters forever, and the only way you can buy your masters is maybe giving them maybe three times their investment on you or something, after they've even still made their investment back. So being smart enough to know that it's not everything you can do on your own, get a lawyer. This is, I think, one of the advantages of me getting a job is because when you do sales and marketing and you sell to some customers, you, especially when it's B2B sales, business to business sales, there are always contracts, right? So that has taught me that if it is not in black and white, it does not exist. It has to be in black and white so that tomorrow, in case of any eventuality, you can go back to the contracts. And that's what the law recognizes. So I would just say that artists need to be more enlightened. Even if you did not go to school as an artist, be smart enough to get a lawyer. Be smart enough to get a lawyer. That lawyer will do all the work for you, and then you end up not being cheated at the end of the day. So I say that to say this in summary: A&Rs are very important to the culture. There are some artists that are very good but have terrible beats, or they have had the reputation of having terrible beats. But A&Rs can help you to get very good beats, can link you to producers, link you to other producer, to labels that can even sign you. These are the things A&Rs do. They are very integral to the culture and they have the network. But you need to clearly state terms from day one and get a legal practitioner, an education and entertainment lawyer involved when you want to sign deals with them. Yeah.
I think that's very important. You really said a lot that even a lot of people want to hear and need to hear, because it's not every time where you say, "Oh, come and help me," then they help you. Then a few months later or a few years later, you're like, "Everybody that helped me actually cheated me." So I think sometimes I always wonder why people always say, "Oh, they take 70/30." I'm like, you
Did
signed
you
to
not
it.
sign it? You signed it.
So legally, they are right. So if they cheated you, they don't cheated
Exactly.
you. It doesn't really matter. You signed to it. You should have
Exactly.
read the stems of the contract. I think that's very important. And I will, for now, I would like to leave this conversation on that. But I would like you to talk to the audience about your EP, your upcoming album, the next projects that are coming very very soon. Can you just tell the
Boom,
audience
boom,
and what?
boom, boom, boom. Dropping June. Dropping on my birthday. I'm not telling anybody my birthday yet, but it's dropping on my birthday. Yes. That EP is going to be mad. Mad, mad, mad. And what I love about this EP is that, you know, in as much as it's a largely commercial album, I experimented more with singing because I have a good voice, by the way. I mean, I felt this voice cannot just go to waste because I'm a rapper. I sang too, but at least each of the songs had a rap verse, except one. There's only one that I sang throughout, but the remaining six songs at least have a rap verse, right? And look, see, let me not let the cat out of the bag, but you're going to enjoy it. It has club music in there, party music in there. It has something the ladies can listen to and a nice R&B vibe. It even has one song where I rapped in pidgin for the most part. So it's going to be a roller coaster ride. And there are a couple of people I called out to, people that don't have sense, that they just behave as if they are gods in this industry. Track one, you will hear your name. That's all I will say. Thank you.
I really wanted to even talk about beef, but because of time, I think we are going to put a pin on that. Everyone, Blitz Escobar, everybody is a rapper and a very talented rap artist. He has an EP coming up, he has an album coming up, and he has told you when you can expect it. So we are going to leave all. They are going to link all that in the description below, and I'm going to give you the announcement when it's time for this song to be released. You guys can check us out on all social media platforms, and you can check Blade Escobar on all social media platforms. Where can the audience find you?
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at BlizzyBlade, BLIZZYBLADE. You can find me on Instagram, Blade_Escobar. Twitter, search for I said Twitter. YouTube, search for Blade Escobar. TikTok, Blade_Escobar. Yeah. And the EP is going to be on all streaming platforms, definitely, including WhatsApp, including Snapchats. Yeah.
It's really been interesting having you. I really enjoyed the conversation, and next season I do in next episode of another a show that I plan coming up. We plan to release. We do expect that we are going to see you, even on more interviews when it talks to talk about different conversation. I do want to have more conversations with you in the future in article format, in podcast
Same here,
format,
man. Same
all
here.
that.
Same here.
So, everyone, this has been episode 4 of Starting Line with Escobar. You guys can watch the video or listen to the podcast on audio format on Streamdorm on all platforms. Thank you for being part of today's episode, and see you in the next episode. I am Adidayo. Bye for now.